Be sure to subscribe for more content.
Hey guys and gals, welcome to the BigBC Finance Channel, and I hope you're all having a lovely day. Today we're going to be talking about Luna Classic and this Luna Classic burn tax that has just been implemented and what the results have been so far. So the Luna Classic burn tax came into effect yesterday, September the 21st at 10 o'clock in the evening UTC. So at the time of making this video, the burn tax has been in effect for nearly 12 hours now. And this website, Luna Penguins, which is an amazing website, by the way, so I will link it in the description below, shows us the statistics about the Luna Classic supply and how much has been burnt. Now, of course, the burn tax has been implemented to reduce the supply that originally wrecked Luna Classic in the first place when it went from 300 million to the 6.9 trillion coins in circulation, which tanked the price accordingly. And now we're trying to correct that. We're trying to bring the supply down to, in theory, bring the price up. And of course, it's not going to be instantaneous as well. We're not going to see price go up right as supply goes down. But it is a long-term process in which when the supply drops, if the demand remains the same, then the price should, in theory, go up over a longer-term plan. So that's what we're trying to do here with the Luna burn tax. And of course, we have the statistics and everything. So right now, as I'm making this video, it has been about 12 hours since this burn tax has been implemented. And right here, we can see that 113 million Luna Classic has been burnt, which is great and all, but how does that compare to the total volume traded of Luna Classic in that same time frame? So, and obviously this is going to be important because it's going to be the end goal of this burn tax. We want as much of those transactions as possible to be subject to this burn tax. And obviously the more Luna Classic that is burnt, the price goes up. So we want as much of these transactions as possible to be burnt. So this is an important metric. And the way we can figure this out is by just looking at the volume. So we're going to go onto CoinMarketCap here for Terra Classic. And in the past 24 hours, so we're going to take this volume here, there has been 481, or just change there, 488 million. So let's go with $488 million worth of transactions in the last 24 hours. So let's get that down on an Excel. And I'm just going to round it to 488 million like that. And of course, that was over the past 24 hours. So what we want to do is get this number, divide it by 2, and that there is the total dollar amount of Luna Classic on average transacted in the last 12 hours. Now what we want to do as well is get this 244 million, give that a divide by the price that we got right now. So let's get that price in there, which is 0.02845. So that's the number of Luna Classic tokens that was transacted within the last 12 hours there. And if the burn tax was 100% effective, what we should see is this times 0.012, which means that in a 12-hour period, roughly 10 billion Luna Classic tokens should have been burned if this burn tax was 100% effective on every single transaction. Now, the actual amount that we have is what we just saw here, which was 113 million or so. So I'm just going to type in 113 million in there. And what we can do is now find a percentage as to how effective this burn tax is. So I've just made everything bigger just so you guys can see it a little bit better, and I've given everything an annotation. So we get to this 1.1% effective burnt rate, given the calculations that we have just done, which means that, so what that's saying is 10 billion Luna Classic tokens could have been burnt if this burn tax was 100% effective. But according to the data that we have, only 113 million has been burnt, which makes an effective burn rate of about 1.1%. Now, of course, we want this effective burn rate to be a lot higher, but it is a work in progress at the moment. At the moment, we still got to get Binance on board to implement this burn tax, all transactions involving Luna Classic. And of course, in some other exchanges are only supporting the burn tax on buy and sell instead of every single transaction made. So when it's sent from one wallet to another, for example, we need this Luna Classic to be burnt during that transaction and not just when it's bought or sold, such as being exchanged for another crypto or USDT, for example, from Luna Classic. So it is still a work in progress. We do need to get major exchanges like Binance on board to bring this number up. And of course, we need to enforce this 1.2% burn tax on every single transaction on Luna Classic to get this number up, instead of just buying and selling the Luna Classic token. But it definitely is a good start. To see 113 million Luna Classic tokens burnt in the space of 12 hours is a very, very good start. And guys, just remember that it is a work in progress as well. Still excited to see what happens to Luna Classic over the next few days, as this is all completely new, this burn tax. And the burn tax on this scale is pretty unprecedented. So the Luna Classic community are really pioneering this initiative here to bring the supply of Luna Classic down. So really excited to see what happens there. In my next video, we'll be doing technical analysis on the Luna Classic price and seeing how the market has reacted to the implementation of this burn tax. So I'll see you guys in that next video. Take care.